whoever has the first look on that guy, they said ki, will he ever be able to walk again? Forget playing cricket. I don't have any more words to put it. How he has made a comeback after all this. So it's, I mean, kudos to his mental strength. That guy is really very tough.
Over the last 15 months, quite a few stories have been going on in Indian cricket. There have been a couple of world titles lost, a possible captaincy conflict in the brewing. But the one question that has been on everyone's lips is, when will Rishabh Pant make his comeback? That's now been confirmed by the BCCI. IPL is the stage, and the Delhi Capitals will have the services of their skipper back in this season. Joining me today to track the 15-month comeback of Rishabh Pant is Pratyush Raj, who did an investigative report as to what all went by since that harrowed morning of 30th December 2022. Pratyush bhai, I remember us exchanging texts on a Friday morning, that was, as to what had just happened. But, just him coming back to cricket, it sounds miraculous as of this point, right? Because there was a point of time when Rishabh Pant's mother thought, he wasn't even going to walk.
It is. It is. I mean, whoever has seen him the first look, जिन्होंने भी उन्हें देखा the first time, his coach or his or Umesh Kumar, the MLA of Kanpur, in Uttarakhand, or mother, everyone, whoever has the first look on that guy, they said कि will he ever be able to walk again? Forget playing cricket. But abhi with the time, and it was, and even in the documented video, BCCI, he can be, the doctor suggested that it will take you 18 months to 2 years, but he took it as a challenge, and it indeed is a miraculous comeback in cricket. Obviously, I think it's right up where Yuvraj Singh made his comeback after the cancer, and this is right up there with it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting you bring Umesh Kumar into fray because he, of course, also received a call from Rishabh's mother earlier that morning, 30th December 2022. And, what was it like for him to watch Rishabh at that point of time, just, hours after his accident?
He said that I received a text. He woke up at 6:15. Then he said, when I checked my phone, there was in number of missed calls and messages. The audio call voices were a mother crying, what happened to Rishabh. Then said when he reached there, and by that time the local hospital, before he was moved to the big hospital, when he reached there, when he saw him, so they say this line है कि उसके पूरे शरीर में, he saw him and then he laughed, कह रहे भैया आप आ गए, ऋषभ बिंग ऋषभ, तो पूरा बॉडी इज लाइक रेड, बस जो दांत है वो चमक रही है. It is nothing, and then that guy was laughing, and then again Umesh went back to the accident जहाँ पे हुआ वहां पे गए, and luckily he was in his constituency back then in Roorkee and Kanpur, so he was not in Dehradun. So when he went there, he saw the car. He literally on the divider roadside. He sat there for 15 minutes, and he said कि यकीन ही नहीं हो रहा था कि वो उससे बच कैसे गया. And it's so horrible. इतना डरावना है that video, even the car, the burning car, and how he got out from the burning car. People dragged him out. Two boys dragged him out. And वो देखने के बाद मतलब it's really a miraculous. Forget, I mean, how he, हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, रिमेम्बर आई वाज कवरिंग अ रणजी ट्रॉफी मैच, आई ड्रॉप यू अ टेक्स्ट, फॉरगेट प्लेइंग क्रिकेट, अगर वो जिंदा बच गया तो वही बहुत है. So but it indeed, I think, again, remarkable comeback. I don't have any more words to put it, how he has made a comeback after all this. So it's, I mean, kudos to his mental strength. That guy is really very tough.
True, true, and obviously, the accident in itself was horrid, but there was then the challenge of how to move him to Delhi, which was the initial plan, because there was fog. Remember, this is December, late December. At that time, visibility is nothing, what we can say in North India. But that challenge, how that was overcome, and tell us a little bit about that.
So the first thing that immediate reaction was what to do. When local, the hospital, nearby hospital said, हम लोग तो साहब कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So either you take him to Delhi, you take him to Dehradun. Dehradun was nearer, obviously. So the for one option was to airlift him. So उस समय ना वो चॉपर मिला, and the fog was so dense. So वो भी that could not have helped. So they decided instead of taking him to Delhi, let's take him to Dehradun, and that was a very prompt call, quick call, and it saved his life. As Umesh said कि अगर उसको दिल्ली लेके आते तो शायद बात बहुत बिगड़ सकती थी. So the first aid that he received within hours, it literally saved him. It gave him that breathing space, and then everything kept going forward. For 1 week he was there. Then BCCI came in, and BCCI airlifted to him to Bombay.
आपने उसके कैरेक्टर के बारे में बात की, एंड one of the observations you can make from Rishabh's initial years in international cricket, ये जो gritty aspect है उनके कैरेक्टर का, ये शुरुआत से लोगों को दिखा है, because obviously in the initial years he had those Dhoni chants hurled at him जब भी वो perform
I
नहीं
was
करते थे
there.
grounds में.
I was covering that match.
Yeah,
I remember it was a famous Aston Turner inning
true,
where he literally hammered Jasprit Bumrah everywhere. In that match, the entire Mohali stadium, 35,000 people chanting Dhoni because he just missed a stumping or some silly mistake.
true,
And and you could see from his face. And Rishabh Pant is someone, he's like a very, he shows his emotion. Like, it's like Rohit Sharma. Virat Kohli is someone who carries himself indifferently. MS Dhoni is someone. Now, Rishabh Pant के वो होता है ना, चेहरे से पता चल जाता है. And then he was, it's 5 years ago. He's very young. So I was there. So I mean it, and after in the post match press conference, I remember Shikhar Dhawan like saying कि it's very unfair कि आप कल
true,
आज के आए हुए बच्चे को आप MS धोनी से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. तो
true.
वो that was like, yeah.
Yeah, and this wasn't even a World Cup match, right? This was a bilateral
No, no, no,
match.
no. This is a bilateral.
Yeah, but the comeback from there, what you saw of him in a year's time in Australia, it just showed his character. And it's funny that we talk about that Australia tour, because this entire recovery process has been like a test cricket innings for Rishabh Pant, where he's had to be even more patient than he is in the red ball format. So talk us through a little bit about the things that went by while he was recovering, when he started walking, the visit to Kedarnath.
I mean, if you see his career, no, Rahul, it's like it has been like that. Prodigy burst into the scene under 19, can hit sixes. Never got going in the T20 eyes. He never had that. जो हुआ Test cricket में he arrived in the scene, hit the first ball for six of Adil Rashid. Then again, during the famous the Gawa series, he was not the first choice wicketkeeper. It was Riddhiman Saha, Adelaide Test. Then then he came into the side. He was not in the ODI tour as well. He was not in the ODI squad. मतलब वो एक ना he calls himself Spider-Man, but it was a very slow process. But you see his knock and then like, "अरे यार, what a knock in Sydney, what a knock at Kawa, and even in South Africa or England. But the process has been kind of slow. ठीक है. Then and again in this injury, so when in an interview he says कि the best feeling he had when he started he first uh, brushed his tooth, and then when he took the uh, bath for the first time without any kind of help and support, he said कि बाहर ही निकलने का मन नहीं कर रहा. And then the first time he left the crutch, he said there's a very beautiful video where he just throws the crutches and started walking. So it's like it's a small battle that he has won, just like his career. धीरे 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 he established himself, and then again it has been slow, but it has been rapid. It is like Rishabh Pant and all. Like that's what Rishabh Pant is. Yeah.
True. And obviously, his one inspiration, which he has been very vocal about throughout his international career and during this time period, was his former India captain MS Dhoni. Obviously, he didn't play under his captainship, but he's someone who has been very vocal about how Dhoni has helped him throughout his career. And during this particular stage, he was more like an elder brother to him. That's what we get from your report. What kind of a relationship was that, and how crucial was it to Rishabh's recovery?
It's a very unique relationship. It's like abhi who when Dhoni was Dhoni, so Pant ke paas this pressure that you are a successor of the great man, and he fumbled. He took everything. Then he asked MS धोनी की भैया आप तो लेजेंड बन गए यार और मेरी मेरी आपने वाट लगा दी इतने एक्सपेक्टेशंस हो गए देन ही आस्क्ड वन क्वेश्चन कि मैं आईपीएल में करता हूँ या इंडिया ए या डोमेस्टिक में फंबल नहीं करता बट इंटरनेशनल में बहुत फंबल होते हैं तो धोनी सेड की जैसे तू आईपीएल में करता वैसे ही खेल एंड देन ऋषभ पंत बिकम अ completely different विकेट कीपर right those one liners behind the stump everything came and during this phase what Devinder Sharma his coach Sonnet Cricket Club he told me that he's been like a rock solid the moment he started walking he first went to Ranchi then they celebrated the New Year and Christmas together in Dubai then during Rishabh's sister's engagement Dhoni was there looking after everything like an elder brother. He is there. He was there with him. दिन में दो बारी बातें कर रहा है and everything. He's like a proper like जैसे घर में बड़े भाई होते हैं. It's okay when you come back. And I'm sure we don't know the details कि क्या बातें हो रही थी but you can certainly see that Rishabh Pant अभी के का जो whatever interview that is coming एंड इवन देवेंद्र हिज कोच ही सेड कि इतना मैच्योर मैंने उसे 26 साल में कभी नहीं देखा 15 साल में मैं उसे 11 साल की उम्र से देख रहा हूँ जब वो छोटा सा था इतनी मैच्योरिटी की बातें लाइक कभी देखा ही नहीं सो इट्स बिट ऑफ धोनीज मिडास टच ड्यूरिंग दिस 14-15 month that has definitely made him a different person.
Yeah. Yeah, and lastly, obviously, a lot of expectations will be on him when he comes back, because there's obviously a T20 World Cup in the fray. We don't know what sort of will go by in the next few months. But at the end of the
Mm,
year, there's that tour where Rishabh Pant is expected to start Australia,
yeah,
right?
straight.
So what can we look forward to when Rishabh Pant comes back? Because, one of the first queries that any of the cricket fans will have is, he's a wicket keeper. How does he squat for even 40 for 20 overs,
Yeah.
which is going to be a big deal in the coming months of the IPL. So, what are the expectations that we should have of Rishabh Pant?
It is definitely tempting that if Rishabh has a good, decent season, we could just pick him for the World Cup. But in my opinion, whatever we have seen, the way BCCI dealt with Bumrah, I think he should be dealt with the same way. Let's leave Rishabh for the T20 World Cup. Even if he has a fantastic season, give him that rest, play him in the Zimbabwe series. Let's start there. Then there's a few test match series as well as how his body will cope up. Uh, and then by the time he'll go Australia, he'll be at his peak that let give him that let some breathing time so that he doesn't succumb under the pressure it's a very maybe there will be few niggles who hopefully वो reoccur ना हो let him at least play a few matches get him the game time obviously for a couple of matches for India because Rishabh Pant is someone who can serve India for 10 to 12 years next there will be more T20 World Cups in the future so let's not pick him there. Let's pick him in the Zimbabwe series.
Yep, surely there are one too many world championships in the
Yeah.
future, so he can definitely make a comeback to them at any point of time. But yeah, obviously, before we go, I think it would be unfair if we don't let the audience know if Rishabh Pant's loft shot is back or not. Can you confirm that?
It's back. Lift shot. As in Delhi cricket, they said कि lift मार रहा है और लिफ्ट तो लिफ्ट मार रहा है तो अगर ऋषभ पंत लिफ्ट मार रहा है तो फिर ऋषभ पंत इज
So that there
बैक
you have it. Well, but yeah, do listen to the entire video to lower down your expectations a little bit. That's something that we are infamously known for in Indian cricket. But thank you so much, Pratyush, for joining us. And if you do want to read his entire report, it's on the Indian Express website. It's a riveting read, fantastic read as to know where he has come in the last 15 months. But yeah, minutes won't be enough to make up for it. So thank you so much for joining us, and do stay tuned to the Indian Express for more.